Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of Exar at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. A hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope all are doing good. So, Ashwini, you can start the session.
Okay, Chandra.
Yeah,
Once.
thank you.
So yesterday, guys, I showed you how do we download the respective drivers. Okay, for 1 second. Yeah, for individual browsers, that is be it a Chrome, be it a Firefox. Okay, so we have downloaded the respective drivers. Okay, that is what we have done. So let us automate some scenarios today. Hold on, I'll just open the notepad. Okay, let's try to launch. Let's automate a scenario. That is how to launch a specific URL after opening a browser. Okay. Let's go to Eclipse. So I hope, guys, you remember yesterday we tried to load or we tried to download the respective drivers. As you can see, this is a Chrome driver. Okay. This is a instruction which we give, or this is a line of a code which we are supposed to write. So this is a web driver manager. This also I have given you all instructions like how to download this web driver manager. So without WebDriver Manager, we cannot directly go to the respective drivers. Okay. So this is a third-party library for downloading the drivers. Okay. With the help of WebDriver Managers, we will be able to get the respective driver. So we can, all you have to do is just give the command like WebDriver Manager dot Chrome driver. Okay. Where in case you want to set up a Chrome driver, then this is a line of code we are supposed to write. Okay. Other than that, we need to import this thing. Once you write this WebDriver Manager, all that you do is just click on Ctrl+Shift+O. You will be getting this piece of code that is importing it. We need to import it. So this is Chrome driver. We are asking it to get Chrome driver. So this is an object which we have created here. So everybody, I hope you have gone through all the Java concepts. You know Java concepts, Bhagavi? Janvi is new today. Pranita also. Okay, Pranita was there yesterday. So if you are aware of it, you will be very well knowing what is this object. So new, whenever you're using a new keyword, an object will be created here. So here, this is an object Chrome driver. the same object, okay, Chrome driver will collect it. It will be collecting in a variable that is, it should be Chrome driver only. Okay, that's why you can see both on RHS as well as LHS, all you have is Chrome driver. Okay, so this is for setting up the Chrome driver. Hold on a second. I will just save and try to run it. Just a minute. Okay. Can you see what we did automate? We are giving directly the instruction to open what browser has opened now, right now? Chrome. Can you see this? Chrome is being controlled by automated test software, right? So with the help of your tool, that is Selenium, and with a line of a code, all that we are trying to automate is, or we are asking it to just open Chrome browser. Okay, we are asking it to open Chrome browser. This is what we are saying. WebDriver, it's a third party library, which is in turn getting us what? Chrome driver. Setting up is nothing but opening the particular browser. Okay, currently we used for Chrome. Next is, for example, if we want to use for Edge, the same line of code, guys, there's no much change. As you can see, WebDriver manager. Okay, what we are asking it to open Edge driver. So here for Chrome, we use Chrome driver. And for Edge, we use Edge driver. Just say setup. And this is the object created. Edge driver will be collected in this Edge driver only. This is a variable name. This can be anything. You can give any variable name. There's no hard and fast rule here. I'll just run this. Can you see? Once we are when we are automating, last time in the last program, it took us to Chrome browser. Okay, right now I asked it for what? I asked it for Edge browser. So hence it is displaying the Edge browser, as you can see it. Okay, so this is how you need to write a code for a respective browsers. If it happens to be Chrome, you'll use Chrome driver. If we want to use Microsoft Edge, then you'll be writing Edge driver. Okay. Sure. How do we launch the URL? Okay. Suppose you want to launch a specific URL. URL can be anything. It can be book my show. It can be make my trip. Okay, whatever URL you want to launch, you will be able to launch with the help of a code. I'll show you. Okay, let's put this. This is a simple piece of code which we can do. Everything remains the same. So try and catch are the exceptions. We are using the exceptions. Why we use try catch? Try catch are the exception methods. Why do we use try and catches? So that whenever we are getting some error, okay, it shouldn't happen so that the rest of the program should get terminated, okay, or it happens that the rest of the code does not gets executed. Okay, to overcome that, we use the exception. Okay, try and catch exception. So let's go through the code. What we have written, this remains same. Web driver manager, I'm asking it to first set up Chrome driver. Okay, I'm asking it to set up Chrome driver. Then I'm giving a Chrome driver an instruction. That is, this is an object I need to create, Chrome driver. Then I will say this driver. Okay, I will say this driver to get dot get. Dot get is a method which we are using. Okay, where you will say to enter any particular URL. For example, I want to go to www.google.com. So driver.get. This is a line of code we are supposed to write. Driver.get, and here you'll give any URL you want to. Okay, if you want to use Google, that's also fine. If you want to book my show, okay. If you want to use make my trip, any URL of your choice, you want to open it. So you will just write it in the double quotes here. Okay. Then thread. What is thread? Thread is nothing but a delay which we create. Okay. So whenever we want to create a delay, so we use something called as thread. So this will help us to, for example, wait for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, just in case we want to wait for a driver. That is, once you tell the WebDriver manager to go to the Chrome driver, okay, in that span, you're asking it to wait. Then wait for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is written in milliseconds here. So this is 10 milliseconds. Then after waiting, you are asking the driver to go to a particular URL. What is this URL? www.google.com. Okay, rest is the exception which we are using. Okay, let's run this code and see. So what did just happen? Were you able to notice? Everyone, Bhargavi, are you there in the class? You can just even put it in the chat box. That is not a problem. So all that we could see is we were able to launch this google.com, okay, website, but using what? Using a Chrome driver. Okay, all that we have used is we are asking the Chrome driver, okay, to first open Chrome, then wait for 10 seconds. Okay, for example, if I change instead of 10, if I give it 5 milliseconds, okay, then it will wait for 5 seconds. Then it's again it's going to launch this google.com. Yes, it's just waited for what? It just waited for 5 seconds and then it launched what? It launched google.com. Okay. This is how we use. Okay. The same thing, for example, if I want to launch a specific URL, for example, my URL happens to be bookmyshow.com. For example, for bookmyshow.com, the same code, wait for 5 seconds. Okay. Then WebDriver manager, set up Chrome driver, then Chrome driver, wait for 5 seconds. Then you're going to get this particular link, or you're going to launch this application, which happens to be bookmyshow.com. Okay, the rest exception, try, catch, it remains same. Let's just run it and see. For example, if I'll give you 10 milliseconds. Okay, firstly, it launched. Firstly, it went to Chrome. Then in Chrome, we did enter what URL? That is bookmyshow.com. That is, this is what we want to automate, right? Right, bookmyshow. For example, make my trip. Let's try this. firstly, yeah, it went to Chrome. Then as I changed the URL, I have given in the URL makemytrip.com. So as you can see, the driver is getting Make My Trip application. So whatever URL you want to launch, you're free to launch. Getting this, everyone? What's going on here? How do you launch a specific URL? URL can be anything of your choice. Whatever you want, you can try for. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Bhargavi, for the reply. I'll tell you how do we maximize the browser window. Okay. As you can see here, if you can see, when I was trying to execute this, okay, the browser is not completely opening. Okay, it's the state. The browser is minimized. If you can see, while automating, the browser is minimized. Okay. If at all I want to maximize this, I want to maximize this particular window, all that I have to do is I have to use a command. Why do we need to maximize? Because at times it becomes very difficult for it to track the elements. Okay, track the elements. It might we might get some defect, or sometimes because of the screen, if we are minimizing a particular window, it gets difficult for us to track the elements. For that purpose, we need to maximize it. Okay, just in case, just one line of code we will write. Up to here, everything is same. Okay, we are just going to Chrome driver, launching, that is setting up the Chrome driver. Then after that, what I'll say, I will say maximize the browser window. How do we maximize the browser window? I will say driver. Okay, I'm giving instruction to driver manage. Okay, what do we manage? Driver.manage. Now driver asks us, for example, what is that we want to manage? I will say I want to manage the window. Okay, on window, what is that you want to perform? Then I'll say I want to maximize it. Okay, driver.manage. What do we need to manage? We need to manage window. Okay, that is on a window. What do we need to do? I need to maximize it. Okay, so this is one piece of code which you're writing when you want to maximize the browser window. Okay, this is one piece of code we need to write whenever we want to maximize the window. Okay, now it goes maximizes. Then again, I have given thread.sleep. Thread.sleep we are using. This is one of the method where we are using to create a delay. Okay, here we are using it to create a delay. That is, I'm saying after maximizing the screen, just wait for 5 seconds. Okay, just wait for 5 seconds. Then you go to book my show, okay, bookmyshow.com. Then again wait for 5 seconds. Then again you minimize the window. How do we minimize the window? The same way as we did for driver, manage, window, maximize. The same way I'm saying here, driver, manage, window, minimize. Just minimize the screen. Okay. So hold on guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry. This particular line, we are asking it to maximize the same window after, that is after launching the Book My Show, we are asking it to minimize. This is the scenario which we are automating. Okay, this is a scenario which so I'll just run it and show. Okay, 5 seconds is enough. Sample left. Run as Java application. So what does the driver do? First, it will go to Chrome. Okay, that is, it is going to Chrome. Then it will maximize the screen. Then it's going to wait for 5 seconds. Then it's going to launch the URL. What is the URL you have given? bookmyshow.com. Then again, it's going to wait for 5 more seconds. Okay. Then it's going to minimize and close. Everybody, were you able to see this? What happened? For example, I'll just increase this so that you'll see. Maybe one more. Thread. Sleep another 5 seconds. Okay. Let's wait for this. Yes, okay, January. Okay. Just I'm giving thread even after minimizing. Okay. Firstly, it will go to, instead of book my show, let's change it. Let's make it make my trip. Myntra.com, which be करेंगे. For example, let's see. Firstly, Chrome is launched. Setting up the Chrome. Then waiting. Okay, it waited for 10 seconds. Then Myntra.com. Okay, it maximized the screen. As I have changed the URL, I gave just Myntra.com. Again, it will wait for 10 seconds. Okay, I have given 5 seconds. Okay, it will wait and then it is going to close. ठीक है. I need to know something called locators. Okay, we'll come to this later. Firstly, you need to know a little theoretical part. Then you'll understand this. What is this locators? How do I go to Facebook? How do I do that? Once again, just let me run this and see. Or if the X, how did I locate it? Final in by ID. Okay, I should get it in the document. Just hold on. Right, okay. Okay, this is the same for Paris pass only. It's not locating. ठीक है. Let's see the parts. No worries. To understand this, that is, what is by ID? Okay, what do you mean by find element? You need to know about paths. Okay, XPaths. This is what we were using, right? By ID, by class. You can try to locate it using any of these. Okay. Other than that, we have something called as advanced locators, that is XPath. XPath is an address of the element. Okay. The way we were trying to locate the element with the help of ID or with the help of a name. Okay, we can, or class attribute, we can also do it with the help of element. Okay. So there are two types of XPath. First one happens to be absolute XPath, which is also called as full path. Second one happens to be relative. First one is absolute XPath, and second happens to be relative XPath, which is called as partial path. Okay. Apart from these, that is by ID, by name, by class. Okay. Apart from locating the elements using these attributes, we can also do them using XPath. Okay. Further we have kya? Further, we have something called as XPath. This is an address of what? Address of the element. So there are two types of XPath. One is absolute XPath and another one is relative XPath. Okay. So mostly, okay, we will be using relative XPath. Relative XPath is more preferred, okay, than the absolute XPath. So I'll tell you how does absolute XPath looks. Okay. For example, HTML, then body, then for example, we'll be having header, code, code, So what happens in absolute XPath in the sense, it will here capture every node that is from HTML, body, header, div. Hold on, I'll show you this. What does it mean? Okay, if you can see here on the screen, guys, if you see here on the screen, okay. So this is what the whole thing will be captured, whole body. If you can see, it starts from this HTML. Okay, this part HTML head, then body class. Okay, body class, then div classes, div IDs. How many ever div classes you have, all those classes will be captured. What happens in this absolute XPath means it will capture everything. Okay, every node from starting to the ending. Okay, so it doesn't use a specific attributes. Okay, so that's why we use relative XPath. Okay, relative XPath is more preferred. Okay, why? So that we will be able to capture a particular attribute. Okay, for example, if you want ID, okay, this is for ID. I think this is for password. As you can see, as I'm moving the cursor. Okay, this is for password field. For example, you want to locate the password field, you can use ID. Okay, ID is an attribute. ID is called as an attribute, and this double quotes, whatever is present in ID, that is called as a value. Okay, this we have to pass and we have to test it. Okay, suppose if you want to locate it with name, okay, if you want to locate it by name, you can use the attribute name, and the value for that happens to be pass. Okay, this is how we have to use. Okay, or for example, suppose you want to locate it by a placeholder. Okay, all you have to use it, you have to do is password. Okay, this is how we are supposed to locate the elements. Are you all getting what I'm saying? Because manually it's very easy. Manually you can come and drop the cursor here and give the password. But everything we need to automate, right? From launching the Facebook to going to email address field, clicking on the password field, clicking on the login button. Everything we are supposed to do using automation. So for that, we have to write a code for everything. Okay, that is launch the Facebook application. Just now you saw how do we launch the respective applications. Then after coming to Facebook application, what you're saying? You're saying it to automate. That is, go click on this email ID address and enter ash at the rate, whatever it is. Okay, for example, anything random email ID. Then you are asking it, move on to the password field. Then you will enter you will enter some password. Then you will click on the login button. These steps, everything we are doing with automation. Okay, to come to this particular element or a field, we need to locate it. Okay, where it is. So to locate that, we can use any of these. As you can see, ID is equals to pass, placeholder is equal to password. Any using any you can locate it. Are you getting, guys, what I'm trying to say? Yes, no, maybe. Girls? Yes. Okay. Janvi says yes. Good. Okay. So that's how we need to automate the things, or we usually do the automation. This is how we do it. Name also is password. Okay, fine. Just second. ID and name both are same for this. Fine. Oh, fine. This is about absolute XPath. We don't need this. We don't need to capture everything. Rather, we will use relative XPath. Okay. Example. How does it look is here you'll be having double slash, whereas in absolute XPath you'll be having a single slash. In relative XPath you'll be having double slash. Okay. Then asterisk at the rate ID is equals to whatever the value is. For example, if it happens to be search int. Okay. So here it directly jumps to the value. Here it will directly takes the respective elements value. It's not that it's going to track every node. Okay, that's why we use a relative XPath rather than absolute XPath. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Okay, sorry guys, had to take this office call. Okay, this is the relative XPath. So this is a very frequently asked interview question, guys. When using XPath, what to use? Do we use absolute XPath or do we use relative XPath? So answer should be relative XPath because we do not need the whole path here. Okay, we do not need to have it, right? So relative XPath is more preferred because it's directly going to jump to the value. Okay, rather than tracking the each and every node, which is not required, we will directly jump to the value. So that's why the relative XPath is preferred. Okay, whereas if like for differences, absolute XPath will start with single slash, whereas if you can see relative XPath will start with double slash. So here it is not going to use any attributes. This will work with the attributes. Okay. So absolute XPath, what happens? It will go to every node. It will go to every node. But this relative XPath will directly jump to the value. Okay. So this you should be knowing. Okay. So we can use this relative XPath automatically also. There are certain tools called as selector hub and all. We can use that. Or manually also we can try. Okay, we can try the XPaths. Okay, I'll give you the syntax. Tag name at the rate attribute value at the rate attribute Sorry. Wildlife. So here we are using tag name. So are you all getting why do we need this XPaths? Okay, in order to track the elements, guys. Okay, it's not only that you can use ID, class, or attribute or class attribute. Also, we can use other methods, that is other locators as well, like XPaths. Okay, there are absolute and relative, but the most preferred is relative XPath. Okay, so with this, you'll be able to locate the elements, and we will be able to automate it. And also if you want to send certain keys, how do we send that? We'll all see this. You'll see this in the upcoming classes. Okay. As of now, did you understand how do we launch a particular URL? Okay. How do we launch the URL? How do we go to a particular website? And how do we maximize the screen? How do we minimize the screen? It's, if at all you want to enter certain values, what you need to do? You need to first locate those elements. Then whatever you want to send, you have to send them in the keys. I'll show you tomorrow how do we operate send keys, what is send keys, why do we use send keys, everything. Okay, just in case you want to enter something in the field, what needs to be done. Okay, we'll automate these things tomorrow. So far, are you all clear? What is the use of this locators and all? Bhargavi, Janvi, Pranita. Okay. Yes. Fine. Okay. Provided if you have everything on your machine, like your laptop or computer, if you have downloaded all the necessary whatever documents, prerequisites I have told you in last two classes, then you will be able to automate these scenarios. Okay, you will be able to do it by your own. If you want to try, you can definitely try this out. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, then chalo, we'll wind up for the day. See you tomorrow at the same time, and we'll continue with your further part of the automation. Okay, everyone? Sure.
Yeah, thank you, Ashwini. So, students, we are done for the day and we'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you.